Hi, this is Mark Mincolla. Welcome to our Max Meals Healthy Cooking Series, where we invite you to join us for fast, easy, healthy cooking. Alright, we've done our tofu smoothie breakfast, and we've done our pasta fagioli with tofu and beans for lunch. Now we're going to actually make burritos for dinner. Let's just show you what the ingredients are going to be. First of all, we're using refried beans that are low-sodium refried beans. They're organic, low-sodium refried beans. We're also using free-range turkey, ground turkey, as part of the filler. And we're also going to be using spices such as organic ground cayenne pepper. Not a lot of that, just a little bit of that, because a little bit goes a long way. Our main spices are going to be ground cumin and, of course, chili. So we're going to use plenty of chili, ground cumin, and just a touch of the cayenne pepper. Also, we're going to use Soya Kaz Monterey Jack style cheese, which makes a real good melted cheese over these different Mexican dishes. And the filler we're going to use is very, very different. We're actually using a low-carb filler. It's a filler that's actually a tortilla that has flax, oat bran, whole wheat, and it's got 7 grams of protein, 11 grams of carbs, so it's really carb sensitive. And the salsa that we're using actually is vinegar-free, so it's a non-fermented salsa made by Amy's. And Amy's salsa in this case is medium. We're not going to use anything spicier than medium. And of course, I like to put just a dab of guacamole on top. So when we come back, we're going to put all that together. Now we're ready for our dinner. Low glycemic poultry bean burrito. Great dish. And again, keep in mind I said low glycemic, so this is higher in protein. It's not a real starchy, high insulin triggering dinner like so many burrito dinners are. So we're going to start off with our free-range poultry, but before we do that, always go back to our olive oil. Put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. We turn that flame up fairly high initially, and we of course use our poultry. And we've been preheating our oven, getting ready for those burritos. You basically break up that ground poultry, that ground turkey. You can use ground chicken as well, of course. You want to break it all up. I only used about a pound for 3 or 4 people. This will prepare just about enough for about 4 folks for dinner. Okay, now our spices come into play. Like we said earlier, we're going to use cumin. Cumin's a real important part of these dishes. Fairly liberal. Something you got to be real liberal with, of course, is the chili powder. And of course, the organic cayenne, as I said, you just want to use a small amount of that organic cayenne. Don't need to overdo this one. This is pretty hot stuff. Cayenne is actually one of the hotter of the chili peppers, so just a pinch. Just to give it enough of a bite, let you know you're eating Southwest. Once again, you're just going to go back in and make sure that you're blending all those spices up. And actually, while that's being prepared, our organic refried beans are actually heating up. And we've got our low glycemic burritos here. And our low glycemic organic tortilla chips, our tortilla flours right here. And of course our soy cheese, the Soya Kaz cheese, all sliced up waiting for action. Our Amy's salsa that has no vinegar, so it's non-fermented salsa, is waiting. And we've got our guacamole all made up and ready for topping as well. So we're going to let this meat kind of cook up here, and we've got our oven preheated for 350. We've got our refried beans just about ready for action. We're ready to just about load things up. We'll be right back when we're ready for that. Alright, we've got our cooking sheet here ready. We've got our aluminum foil there. We've got our oven preheated. Everything's ready for action. We've got our refried beans, and we've got our poultry here, our ground poultry that's all seasoned and ready. Of course, the spices again that we used organic chili powder. We used cumin, and we used organic spicy cayenne, but again, very little bit of cayenne, not a lot. And we're going to use our Amy's salsa and our guacamole on top, and of course our soy cheese. We're going to start off right now by getting ready for action. There's our low glycemic, high protein tortilla. We start off putting a goodly amount of refried beans there in that tortilla. Then we basically want to take a little smattering of the poultry, putting it on top. Give it a little extra protein. And then finally we want to take a couple slices of our soy cheese, and then get a little bit of our salsa on there, like so. And we basically close it up. And that's pretty much how we're going to prepare our line of tortillas. These should be all cooked probably at your 350 temperature for about 20 minutes or so. So this is how you're going to prepare these tortillas. I'm going to load these all up, get them ready, get them in the oven, and show you the finished product in just 20 minutes. Alright, we're just about ready for the oven now, and you can see there they are. They're all stuffed, loaded, and ready for bear. Make sure you cover them with a piece of aluminum foil. Make sure they're properly covered. And then in the oven they go. Once again, the oven's been preheated. It's about 350 degrees. We're going to leave those in there for a good 25 minutes probably, 20 to 25 minutes depending on the heat of your oven. And we're going to show you those as soon as they're done. I can't wait. Alright, it's that happy time. Food is ready. It's time for them to come out of the oven. One really important tip here is you preheat your oven to 350. You only want to leave those burritos in there at about 350 for the first 5 or 10 minutes. Then you cut that heat down to about 200 just to kind of melt the cheese, because you don't want to overcook the shells of the tortilla shells. If they overcook, they'll get dry and they'll crack on you. So again, you're only going to leave it at 350 for about 5 minutes or so, and then you immediately cut that heat down for the last 15 minutes, and it's only going to be in there for 20 all told. So really, you're in there for 5 minutes at 350 and 20 minutes at about 200, 2¼ Okay, it's that time. On go the gloves, out come the goods. Ready to go on the plate. And as they go on the plate, we're going to basically put a little tiny bit of guacamole on top. And if people wish for a little extra added salsa, it's a matter of taste. Some people like a little bit of extra salsa. That's also another possibility as well. Okay, there's what it looks like on the plate. A little dab of guacamole. And a little bit of extra salsa. Just make sure we get it all there. And once again, you are ready for action. Remember, these are low glycemic, which means they're high protein, low starch. Low glycemic tortillas, and they have poultry, so I refer to them as low glycemic poultry tortillas, or burritos, if you will. And again, all organic, all healthy, and all high in protein, low in carbohydrate. Happy eating.